we're just going to talk about the news today, Nick.
Oh, my gosh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
We were talking about the news.
We were.
And then we were like...
we decided we should not talk about that on the podcast.
Yeah, that won't be in our bookmark.
None of it's good or happy.
Yeah.
So, anyway, boy.
Oh, I'm Eric.
I'm Nick, and we had a fun-filled weekend. We had an all the books field trip. So
it was for all the books?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. No, we
coming up our interview with Mickey Dolenz.
That's right. We went to Ohio over the weekend and we saw half of the Monkees.
Yeah.
So pretty exciting times. Yeah. Now you're not a big Monkees fan.
I knew 2 or 3 of the songs.
You knew a couple
played.
of the songs. Yeah.
You
were disappointed they didn't do Hey Hey We're the Monkees.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. You think that's how they would start every show?
Yeah. Well, we saw Mickey like 10 years ago and he came out to that like just an instrumental.
Yeah.
But he never sang it.
Big mistake. These people are coming to your show 50 years after your golden period. You can
least you can do is sing Hey Hey We're the Monkees.
Yeah. So everybody else is tagging the pictures and videos as hey, we're the Monkees. Yeah. Hey, I'm at the Monkees. Yeah. Just own it.
I know. I'm sorry. So we went to Cleveland Heights to Kane Park, where I'd never been before, and we saw the Monkees present the Mike and Mickey show.
Yep.
I loved it. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the concert, even though you're not a huge Monkees fan?
Yeah, I enjoyed the concert.
Good.
It was good stuff.
I mean, I love all of the Monkey music. I made an expansive 2-CD mixtape that had, only one burnt. But it had songs from every single Monkees album. So,
nice. Hey, speaking of, do you have my blank CDs in this office right now?
Yeah, they're right there on my desk.
Give them back.
I will.
Those are mixed CDs waiting to happen.
They are, yeah.
Well,
now I have 2 copies of Volume 2 of my Monkey Mix. If you
that was Volume 2 we listened to.
If you want to keep one. Yeah, the first one started with Hey Hey We're the Monkees, so you get off my back.
Oh, jeez.
In our collection, we have some of the more recent Monkey output. We have Good Times, which came out in 2016 as the 50th anniversary. And we have The Monkees Forever, which is a greatest hits... It's where he teams up with Chris O'Donnell.
Finally,
it's a greatest hits that goes from beginning to end of the Monkees' career.
Yep.
Well, maybe the end's not here. Maybe there's more. Maybe there's going to be a 60th.
The Monkees and Robin basically destroyed their career for about 8 years after. It was pretty rough. Until they rebooted with Good Times.
Yeah. People still check out our CDs? I think they do.
I just added a whole bunch, so I hope so.
Seems like they get a decent amount of circulation.
I just checked out one.
If we're inspiring you to rediscover the Monkees, and you should, we've got a couple of options here for you that are pretty solid.
I just checked out a brand new CD we got.
Really?
Shaggy and Sting.
Yeah,
I don't understand why you're having no reaction to this.
I mean, I don't really care about Sting, but I at least know who Sting is.
Right.
Shaggy, I don't know what that is.
Listen, we're about the same age, so I want everyone listening to know that Nick and I are about the same age. He's not old.
Wow, I look great compared.
Geez. For a second, I was like, thank you?
Yeah.
It took me. So I don't understand how he doesn't know this either. But yeah, it's Sting and Shaggy's 44/876 album.
Yeah.
I've listened to it. No, different Shaggy.
Oh.
How do you not know Girl, You're My Angel?
I don't know. Sorry.
It wasn't me.
Did the Monkees ever? Well, then I don't.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I checked it out, so we're going to be listening to that album on the car ride home.
At least one checkout. That's great.
I guess Sting...
We did add a whole new batch of CDs, though. We had some Pink Floyd in there, some Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, a lot of Jimmy... I didn't buy any Jimmy Buffett, so I don't know where this
Some of those
from.
were donations from
Keith Urban's
forever
new
ago.
album.
Keith Urban. Okay.
Yeah. And we got some other stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool.
All right.
Yeah, the CDs check out. I mean, obviously less so than they did 10 years ago.
Sure.
And even more than that. But they still have their defenders.
You're right.
So
you being one of them. You're a CD man. I feel like you feel about CDs the way I feel about vinyl.
Yes. But it's also kind of out of necessity.
Okay.
Because I just don't have an aux port in my car.
Right.
So I'm like, CDs are the only way for me because they literally are.
They're the only way.
As I gave somebody a ride to an airport recently.
Yeah.
And he saw my big CD book. He's like, are those all CDs? I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like how people collect vinyls, except it's not as retro and cool.
Right.
It's more an inconvenience and damaging.
But practical.
Yeah.
You just pop a CD in.
That's true.
Yeah.
I can't pop a vinyl in my car.
You're right. You shouldn't.
Have we talked about
that?
They
would skip big time.
People never listen to vinyls in their car?
No, but there were 8 tracks. You had 8 tracks in the cars for a while.
All right. Would you want
I
a
never
car?
really got big into 8 tracks. I had some 8 tracks, but I never...
If Exhibit was back pimping people's rides on MTV's Pimp My Ride, or was that a VH1? It doesn't matter what channel it's on. It's back. And he was going to pimp your ride.
No.
You wouldn't want. He's like, all right, I put a.
I mean, you can't leave
a record player in there.
You can't leave records in the heat.
Oh,
you're like pulling them out of a sleeve and dropping a needle while you're going 70 miles per hour down the. No.
What if it's a cooler? What if he keeps them in a cooler?
If it's a cooler and he rides with you and
all the time
changes the record. Okay, sure.
All right,
sure.
Yeah, there's a lot to it. Yeah. You never watched Pimp My Ride either, did you?
No, I didn't.
All right. I'm talking about Pimp My Ride and Shaggy. So
do we
now
have that?
I'm looking
Do we
old.
have that on DVD?
Pimp My Ride?
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
I'll check that
you
out.
You vamp while I look up if Pimp My Ride is available on DVD.
All right. Well, we're moving into our bookmark segment where we tell you some of the things that we've read and some things that you may or may not like.
6 seasons.
On DVD.
No, just in general.
Just existed. Okay. So here are some of the things that I read over the long weekend. I read Brit Volume 2. So this is a graphic novel that we have in our collection. We have, I think there's maybe only 2 volumes, and we have them both. Pretty good. Mm-hmm. Pretty good. Quasi-superhero kind of stuff. Superhero government agent sort of. It blends later with the Invincible world, Robert Kirkman's long-running superhero series, which has since ended. So I read that. For you non-graphic novel fans, I read Alexander McCall Smith's Tears of the Giraffe, Book 2 of the #1 Ladies Detective Agency. I started that last week, and it was pretty good. I often find with these that the mystery element of, like the first time I read one for the Page Turners Book Club,
right.
I was like, well, that was hardly a mystery. And now that I'm more familiar with his writing and the style, I find the mysteries kind of get in the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like there's, like her assistant / partner was working on a little like side mystery, and I was kind of like, yeah. But let's talk about them getting married and adopting these kids and stuff. So it was, I've switched. My perspective has switched.
Okay.
So now I'm like, let's get through the mystery,
right?
So we can.
So you'd want to just read about Nancy Drew's like high school life. Just like, is she going to finish this report?
I mean, these are like grown adults living in Botswana,
right?
But
okay,
that's more interesting to me than teen girls doing reports. But
okay,
see, I would recommend it. I mean, if you're not familiar with the series, it's a lot. I mean, a lot is sold on the charm of the series, and that's definitely its strength. But the characters are good. It has a very specific style, and it is true to it and sticks with it. And manages to stay interesting. So I've read some of the later books, and now I'm kind of going back and reading the ones that I missed, going through in order. So
right.
Again, that's the #1 Ladies Detective Agency by Alexander McCall Smith, who was here at the David A. Howe Public Library not 2 years ago.
Was it 2 years? Wow.
Pretty good times. Yeah, last year was Naomi Shihab Nye, so it was before that, 2016.
Naomi.
And if you want to hear all about our Alexander McCall Smith recap, we have a special episode about that in the All the Books archives, which you can find at soundcloud.com/allthebooks.
That's our archive.
I know.
That's like a library.
You're right.
A podcast.
A podcast library.
Of the library.
Of the library, yeah. That's some Inception level stuff.
Yeah.
You're really going.
Speaking of Inception.
Yes.
All seasons of Pimp My Ride on DVD. First season, $11.
Wow.
So...
coming to a library near you.
I don't maybe
at least once to see how it goes.
Yeah.
See how it goes.
Yeah.
I'm currently reading...
You'll love it.
This is one of those times where I'm so ahead in the book club that it's really nice. I've just had this freedom. Usually I'm like, no, stop. I have to read this book club book. And this time I knocked them out almost too long ago. Like we're talking about News of the World by Paulette Giles this week. I don't remember that book.
More like Old News of the World.
I don't remember it at all.
Yeah.
So we're doing that. And Basket Case. I feel like I read Carl Hiaasen's Basket Case forever ago. But
Carl Hiaasen wrote Big Trouble.
And Hoot.
Yeah.
He's got some junior novels.
Okay.
Anyway, so I'm so far ahead in the book club, I've just been like free to just
So you finished Basket Case.
So I did.
So now you do have the time to listen to me whine. I don't even have to ask you. It's Basket Case by Green Day.
By Green Day, okay.
I can't wait till we're done mentioning Basket Case.
I can't. If I would have remembered that was going to happen, I wouldn't have said it. I wouldn't have said it.
How do you forget?
I started a book that I picked up at the Wide Awake Club. Our library friends over in Fillmore are doing a book sale.
Hello.
And I picked up Bare Bones by Kathy Reichs from their book sale.
Oh, yeah.
So this is, if you're familiar, you're more familiar with the Fox TV show Bones, which ran forever.
Is that the one with House?
Nope. That's called House.
Okay.
This is the one with Angel from Angel.
Oh, okay.
And not Zooey Deschanel, but the other, Emily Deschanel. Anyway, if you're familiar with the Bones show, these novels are the inspiration for that, and the main character in both is Temperance Brennan. Mm-hmm. But they could not be more different. It's in name only. They have the same name. They're forensic anthropologists. Mm-hmm. Everything else is drastically different.
Bones in the book eats the bones and regains the memories of the corpses.
You got it. So if you like the show, I think you probably would like the books, but do not go in thinking that they're one and the same because
it's quirky, right? She's like a quirky character in the show.
Yeah, the books are much more like there's no the Booth character from the show is not part of the books. It's just kind of her doing her own thing.
But that's Angel.
I know.
From The Simpsons.
She's Temperance Brennan in the book splits her time between North Carolina and Canada. Just kind of like half there, half there, doing forensic anthropology, which is very specialized, of course. So we did one of these for the Page Turners Book Club, and then I read one just for fun, and I saw this at the Wide Awake Club and thought, I'm going to do it. So that's what I'm currently reading, and I'm enjoying it so far. It's been such a busy weekend, though. I've been reading like 2 pages at a time, so it's going very slowly. But I'm a fan, so that's it for me. What about you? What have you been reading?
I've been reading 10 seasons of Bones.
The TV show?
No, I haven't watched any Bones.
Oh, okay. I haven't watched it a lot, so...
You've watched it a lot?
No, I haven't. Do we even have that in our collection?
Oh my gosh, do we?
I think we do.
People
request it all the
when
time.
I first got here, I didn't order the latest season of Bones right away.
Yeah.
And it was right in the suggestion box like the week after the DVD came out. And we have in our suggestion box, there's, what you want, who you are, and then there's like a reason why the library should get it, and it just read it's Bones. I mean, it could have just gone on like it's Bones. That's hilarious. Freaking idiot.
That's hilarious.
So
yes, it looks like we have all 12 seasons of Bones here at the David A. Howe Public Library.
Yeah, I'm never making that mistake again. Whoever that person was, stop graffitiing my car.
Yeah, really.
I know it's
he
Bones.
Did. He made a mistake. We all make mistakes.
Yep. So
you know who you need? Johnny Hornet. You need him on the case. Try to track this graffiti. Oh, what's that word? Graffiti, or what is that word?
Graffiti artist?
All the books listeners, please tell me.
Isn't it just graffiti
the
artist?
noun form of that. I think there's a word, but could be graffiti artist.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I finished Jurassic Park.
Oh yes.
Oh, which we already talked about. I had started The Lost World.
Yep.
So I finished The Lost World.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And life found a way a second time.
Well, that's certainly a shock.
Yeah.
You know what? Before you get into that too much, I'm going to tell the folks at home what we're going to be talking about today.
Oh, geez, yeah.
This is going to be our soapbox episode. This is our soapbox, meaning you stand on a soapbox and spout your claims. So we've each got some passions, and a little later we're going to take some turns stepping up on that soapbox.
It's Jurassic Park's 76th birthday.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Weird, because mine is Paul McCartney, and today, when we're recording, is his 76th birthday.
Right. He has a new movie coming out this weekend.
That's a weird... You know
Paul
what?
McCartney, Fallen Kingdom.
You know what I think's happening? I think you read the notes for the podcast, and you're confusing them. You're confusing
Paul
them.
McCartney World, Fallen Kingdom.
Yes, that's it. That's what happens. Ringo gets out of his cage.
Jurassic Ram?
Ringo gets out of his cage, chases Clint Howard all around.
Okay, yeah.
So,
yeah,
scary.
You kept wondering if you could trap Ringo in a cage, but you didn't ask yourself if you should.
Never asked yourself that question.
Yeah.
Nope.
So Newman from Seinfeld just let him out.
Yep.
Bad news.
Yep, he did. Put his drumsticks in a Barbasol can.
Yep.
But so that's what we're going to be talking about later. So go ahead and give us just a quick...
If Ringo was tapping on your car window, do you think that would be as scary as a T-Rex breaking through the window?
No, he seems pretty jolly.
You think so?
I think so.
But why would Ringo have to tap on your car window?
I guess that's true.
He's Ringo's star.
True. You're right. Maybe he broke down, or maybe he's a fan of the show.
Do you have cell service here?
Yeah, could be.
All right.
Could be.
All right.
So give us a little taste of your feelings on The Lost World, the book, and we'll talk a little bit more later.
It's very different. What I find interesting is when I was reading Jurassic Park.
Different from the movie, you mean?
Yeah, and the book, the first book.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Lost World is very different from the first Jurassic Park book. What I found interesting is when I was rereading Jurassic Park, all the scenes that came up were like, oh yeah, this is this scene and this is this scene. Like I remember almost all the scenes in the first book vividly. Like even like how they're written. I remember the lines and everything and all the scenes. And I'm reading Lost World, and like, there's just stuff that I was like, oh, I don't remember these characters.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember them vaguely, but I didn't remember their name. I couldn't remember how certain characters died. Some of them, I'm like, does this guy make it out again?
Yeah.
And so that's interesting to me, I guess. That like I remember even just the conversations like, oh, Hammond used to keep a micro elephant the size of a mouse. And
right.
All these
That's such a goofy thing.
Yeah. So I remembered like all those little like comments and asides.
Yeah.
And I couldn't remember like huge scenes of The Lost World. So I think because The Lost World at a certain point just becomes an action book.
Yeah.
Like nonstop.
Right.
And it becomes an action book almost by acts, like not anything the characters do, it just happens. Like the velociraptors start attacking because they notice the high. It's not because like the power went out or anything. And the T-Rex like attack happens, and then right there is the raptor attack. So it just kind of like goes from 0 to 80 very fast, and then it doesn't slow down. So I think I remember like, oh yeah, the second Jurassic Park book, it's all action.
I wonder if the tiny elephant, I wonder if that was any kind of like a nod to Gulliver's Travels. Because remember, Gulliver keeps some of the little tiny animals when he's in like little with the Lilliputians, right? Those little ones.
I've never read or seen.
Okay, well, anyway,
the Jack Black movie.
It's such a right. It's just such a. It's similar, you know. Yeah. But anyway, all right. So more about Jurassic Park later. Any graphics?
No, I was just the Lost World, and then the monkeys and the Eerie Zoo.
The Eerie Zoo, yeah,
where
I saw that.
I my hand pressed against the glass of a tiger pressing up against the glass.
Yeah,
and I think at that moment, me and the tiger understood each other.
Yeah, I still don't think we should have let it out. That's the only thing.
Yeah, well,
but
you know what? Tigers got to be free.
You live and you learn.
So
you live.
It's weird that it ate the jaguar.
And you learn.
Because I felt like the jaguars are also in danger.
Right.
And I kept yelling like, don't eat the jaguar. You're both in danger.
Right.
So
yeah,
it's weird the giraffe ate the tiger. I did not understand the food cycle there.
No.
So that food chain.
Life finds a way.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah. Giraffes.
Yeah.
They don't have the leaves they need.
Sure don't.
They change their metabolism to tiger.
To tiger. That's exactly right.
If giraffes ate meat, they would be the most terrifying carnivore in the world. Oh, yeah.
Just come out of nowhere.
Just
all of a sudden, just a head right in your face and just chomp.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty scary.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some book news.
Oh, yeah.
How do you feel about that? Only if you're ready.
If I'm ready?
If you're ready to talk about book news.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, good. All right. So here are some advance notices coming your way over the next couple of months. These are things that we will most definitely have here at the David A. Howe Public Library. So if you're a fan of Lisa Scottoline, you have just a couple more months to wait until the next of the Rosato and D'Annunzio series. This is book number 6 in that series called Feared. Machiavelli, a corrupt lawyer, with a name like that, you know.
Machiavelli?
Yeah, a corrupt lawyer aggressively strikes close to the D'Annunzio household, attacking Mary's father and one of their beloved family friends by filing a lawsuit that accuses them of embezzling from the treasury of a local South Philly social club to which they belong. The lawsuit is frivolous, but Machiavelli ups the ante by spreading rumors that support its allegations, muddying the reputation of Mary's father. The claims shake the D'Annunzio clan to its foundations, threatening her father's weakening heart, and Mary steps in to fight back. But Machiavelli is more than a worthy adversary. Then the unthinkable happens, and Mary goes to her own dark side, finding a part of herself that makes her more fearsome than ever before. Is it still a battle between good and evil when good turns evil? And will Mary be able to find herself before she loses her soul completely? Someone's losing their soul?
Yeah, this is dark.
What book is this?
Is this a vampire book?
I don't know. Feared, the 6th entry in the acclaimed Rosato and D'Annunzio series, expertly explores what happens when we're tempted to give in to our own inner darkness.
Yeah. I think when good is fighting evil, but good becomes evil, it's now a battle of evil versus evil.
Evil versus evil,
It's not
the lesser of two evils versus the greater of two evils.
Right.
So,
sure. What if they're equal evils, though?
Then I think they just hang out. Then I think they just like stop and they go out for lunch.
Yeah.
You know,
find
a nice brunch place and just sit down
and be evil together.
Just have a good time.
Place.
I mean, even if you're evil, you got to eat.
That's true.
You got to eat.
Yeah.
New from Karen Slaughter.
Ooh.
Karen Slaughter is one of those ones that
has a name called Slaughter.
Has Slaughter right in the name.
Is Slaughter the grossest word?
It's pretty gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that Brian Regan bit, the comedian about manslaughter, which is
it
like
sounds terrible.
The lowest kind of killing someone.
But it sounds the worst.
Sounds the worst.
I slaughtered a man. Yeah, this has been your Brian Regan hour.
With apologies to Brian Regan.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, Karen Slaughter, thriller writer, pretty popular.
Yeah.
A lot of fans. I have only read one of hers, and it was All the Pretty...
Horses.
No, that's Cormac McCarthy. Here it is. Just Pretty Girls. Just called Pretty Girls. And it was pretty bad.
Oh,
it was just like gross and dark and... So
you're surprised that an author whose last name is Slaughter wrote a gross book?
Yes.
Oh.
I guess I didn't expect it to be as dark as it was, given some of her other. But anyway, this one is called Pieces of Her. Right off the top. What if the person you thought you knew best turns out to be someone you never knew at all?
I don't know.
Andrea Cooper knows everything about her mother, Laura. She knows she spent her whole life in a small town of Gulloway Island. Not
Gulliver's Island? With the micro mouse?
Gulliver's Island or Gullah Island?
Oh, yeah, with Bingy Pollywog.
Both fun.
Yeah.
Both fun places.
Bingy Pollywog!
Come and let's stay together in the bright sunny weather. Let's all go to Gull Gull Island.
Yeah.
She knows that she's never had any more ambition than to live a quiet life as a pillar of the community. She knows she's never kept a secret in her life, but one day, a trip to the mall explodes into violence, and Andrea suddenly sees a completely different side to Laura.
Don't go there on Black Friday. Big mistake.
24 hours later, Laura's in a hospital, shot by an intruder who spent 30 years trying to track her down.
Oh, snap.
Now, I know. Now Andrea must go on to a desperate journey to follow the breadcrumbs of her mother's past. If she can't uncover the secrets hidden there may be no future for either of them. I think the takeaway there is shop local. You know, you gotta
shop small.
You gotta shop small. Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, that's new from Karen Slaughter.
Do you think if somebody had been hunting you for 30 years and like the cops were like, all right, we found him after 30 years, you'd have a moment like, has it really been 30 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. What have you been up to? You know what I mean?
Well, I've been hunting you.
You look great.
Yeah, well.
Vengeance really agrees with you.
Thank you.
You look great.
Thank you. You could say most of this is your clothing.
Yeah, oh,
Because it is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wearing that skin?
Yeah, that's right. You know, he could have cut that down if he would have hired Johnny Hornet right from the start.
Yeah.
3 to 5 years.
Wow.
Johnny Hornet's going to find Laura.
Okay.
Instead, he just run into her in the mall. You know,
Yeah.
They heard the Bonton's closing, so
Yeah.
they're going to go and they get all the sales of the winter coats. And
It's like, wait a second. Is that Laura?
yeah.
30 years. What a small world.
Yeah,
All right.
I know. Anyway, new in large print,
Uh-huh.
Murder in the Locked Library. This is a book retreat mystery. Book number 4.
The David A. Hale Library would like to announce that murder does not happen in the library.
It does not. It does not. Welcome to Storytown Hall, Virginia. Storyton.
Storytown.
Welcome to Storyton Hall, Virginia,
Storytown.
where book lovers travel from near and far to enjoy the singular comforts of the Agatha Christie tea room, where they can discuss the merits of their favorite authors, no matter how deadly the topic. With her twins, Fitzgerald and Hemingway, back in school, Jane Stewart can finally focus, that's pretty bad, on her work again, managing Storyton Hall and breaking
Jane
ground.
Stewart? Like James
Steward.
Oh, okay.
Steward. And she's also a steward of the town, so a lot of puns at play.
All right.
Wordplay.
Yeah.
Anyway, breaking ground on the resort's latest attraction, a luxurious, relaxing spa named in honor of Walt Whitman, also an author. But when the earth is dug up to start laying the spa's foundation, something else comes to the surface.
A body.
A miniature elephant.
Oh.
Weird.
Yeah.
Just like John Hammond's.
Just like John Hammond's mini elephant.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
A collection of unusual bones. Someone called Temperance Brennan.
Yeah.
Either the book character or the TV character. Either one can.
Do we get the guy
Do
who
it.
plays Angel?
Do we get the guy?
Dewey.
All right. Like the Dewey Decimal
Dewey
System.
Decimal
It's a book
System.
pun.
Yeah.
When the earth is dug up to start laying the spa's foundation, something else comes to the surface. Hidden resentment. I'm sorry. This is the right one. A collection of unusual bones and the ragged remnants of a very old book. The attendees of the Rare Book Conference are eager to assist Jane with this unexpected historical mystery until a visitor meets an untimely end in the Henry James Library. As the questions and suspects start stacking up, Jane will have to uncover a killer before more unhappy endings ensue. I'm going to say that blows.
Sounds silly.
It sounds bad.
Yeah.
And
what-
actually, all of the titles in this Cozy Mystery series are not good.
Oh, okay. Hit us with some.
They are Murder in the Mystery Suite, Murder in the Paperback Parlor, Murder in the Secret Garden, Murder in the Locked Library. So I'm not really happy with those. On the long drive to Ohio, we did workshop our own Cozy Mystery series, and the most prominent
The
title,
bed and breakfast one.
the most common title we liked the most was Patty Cake, Baker's Dead. But there were a few others.
Okay.
Do you know what was the Muffin Man one?
Do you know the Muffin Man?
Yeah.
You said who dies on.
Yeah,
Drury
dies
Lane.
on Drury Lane.
Yeah.
Well, there were many, and I think that we should get to work writing these.
Yeah. What if they're okay? So back the murder in the library thing.
Murder in the library.
Dewey thing.
Dewey.
What
Yeah.
if there's two superheroes
Okay.
who are superheroes of the library?
Yeah.
And their villain is Dewey Despicable.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
I feel like we should run a competition to see which of our listeners can come up with the best cozy mystery title,
yeah.
and then we write an audio drama. So
Yeah.
you can send your suggestions to your to your new cozy mystery. It can be any theme.
Yeah.
Send it to what's our email address? David A. Howe.
yeah.
Wellsville at stls.org.
Yeah.
Facebook.com/David A. Howe.
Yep.
Or on Twitter at All the Book Show. Send us your own creations of cozy mysteries.
Yeah.
That's it for me and my advanced notices.
There definitely has to be puns in the title.
Yes.
That's the important
Punning
thing.
is, it doesn't necessarily have to be book or library related, though that would probably win you some points. But punning it's non-negotiable.
Should we say there's at least like 3 titles so we know you can keep the theme going?
You need to show at least 3.
Yeah.
But feel free to, to send us even one just as a teaser. That's fine. We'll read some on the air.
Murder filed away.
No, don't give any away.
Okay.
Don't give any away.
Okay.
All right. What's on the New York Times bestseller list?
The New York Times bestsellers list, which is a list we read from on a weekly basis.
Oh, thank you for that
From
definition.
the New York Times.
Yeah. Webster's Dictionary defines the New York Times bestseller list.
And marriage as...
Oh.
Yeah. It doubled them. It was like, if you're looking at New York Times, you might also be looking for the definition of marriage.
Interesting.
So,
okay.
Yeah, I don't know how it classifies things. I looked up duck, and I also found toothpick.
Huh.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
A weird little journey we went on together.
I don't think it's so much of a dictionary as just a bunch of nonsense I found in a serial killer's house.
Just nonsensical words.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so this New York Times bestsellers list, we're looking at the hardcover young adult fiction. Young adults they're... Webster's defines them. No. I guess we would define them as adults, but in a young form.
Sure.
But older than children.
Right.
So the adult covers that they're not children. The young covers that they're not full adults.
That is the most concise definition of young adult that I've ever heard.
So here we go.
Good
Let's
for
see
you.
what's at number 10. Ash Princess by
boy.
Lara Sebastian. A disgraced princess schemes to overthrow the Kaiser and take back her throne. So
that's cool.
Yeah. Well, Nick will now tell us whether or not this book is cool or cool.
Yeah. All right.
You'll know which one is not cool.
You will.
From his tone.
Yep.
Number 9, Furyborn by Claire Legrand. 2 girls separated by a millennium are connected by a prophecy.
Oh. That's the theme from The Lake House with Keanu Reeves and
Yes.
Sandra.
She stole it for this YA fantasy.
Bullock. I could not think of Sandra Bullock for a minute there. Apologies to the great Sandra Bullock.
Yeah. How are you saying Bullock? Sandra Bullock?
Bullock?
You were like Bullock.
I did say Bullock. You're right. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Second apologies. Too.
Sandra Bullock. All right. You said Keanu Reeves fine. My grandmother used to call him Canoe. So
my English teacher used to say Kenna, and it made me insane.
Kenna.
Yeah, we were going to watch The Much Ado About Nothing that he's in. She was like, it's the one with Kenna Reeves.
Kenna Reeves?
Like, stop it. You take that back.
She was a what teacher?
There's no person English.
Yikes.
I know. You'd think that's phonics, but I don't know.
All right. Number 8, The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert.
Okay.
Alice must go to her deceased grandmother's estate to rescue her mother.
Yeah.
Number 7, One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus.
Back.
Still, 47 weeks.
47 weeks.
5 students, a detour in detention ends in murder.
Oh, my goodness.
Here's what I think.
Yes.
I don't think one of the students murdered them. I think they found a murder.
I see.
But maybe they actually did the murder.
Could be.
It's like Breakfast Club, but
Right.
also CSI.
Yeah.
CSI Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
You'd watch that.
Yeah, I would.
Molly Ringwald.
Yeah.
Call
Call your agent. Emilio Estevez.
Yeah. Yeah.
Judd Nelson. What's he up to? Hey,
he's-
Judd.
Yeah, he's waiting for that CSI Breakfast Club.
I guess so. Yeah.
Or to be invited into the Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah. Or until they revamp Suddenly Susan. That's one of those two things.
Yeah. Was that his big thing?
He's waiting for the call.
Yeah.
That was like his comeback. I mean, he was like an 80s brat packer, and then he did Suddenly Susan. And suddenly disappeared afterwards.
Yeah.
So
Until at least.
until CSI Breakfast Club comes back.
Number 6, Leah on the Offbeat by Becky L. Batali. Leah faces challenges with her tight-knit group of friends, starts to fracture. We've done this before. You always get excited by the title.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, her friends are breaking
Yeah,
up.
they're
and you're
just like
"Ah."
offbeat. Yeah. It's not like she's not like a drummer.
Right. Maybe she is.
Yeah,
We
she
don't
could
know.
be. She could be.
This fly is driving me crazy. Do you see
know.
it? It's
I
like
do
right
see
by
it.
the microphone.
I do see it.
It's
Yeah.
it's got a
Well, he's
soapbox.
a fan. He's a big
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah. More garbage.
Dirtier garbage.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been peddling that garbage policy
Very
for a while.
pro garbage.
Yeah.
Very pro garbage. Yeah.
Number 5, Save the Date by Morgan Matson.
Will do.
Charlie Grant tries to avoid disasters with her family. Oh wait, I've misread the whole thing.
Okay.
Charlie Grant tries to avoid disasters when her family comes together for her sister's wedding.
Oh.
Morgan Matson wrote The Unexpected Everything, which is a very popular
Yep,
young adult book. A couple of years ago,
Yeah.
I feel like 2 years ago. She's written some other stuff. She seems to have this kind of like quirky young adult market,
Okay.
pretty much. wrapped around a finger.
Nice.
So like a yo-yo.
Okay.
You know how you sometimes wrap yo-yos around your finger?
Yeah. Yep.
Number 4, turtles all the way down. It's not going anywhere. 35 weeks. It feels like it's been longer than 35 weeks.
Yeah.
I must not have a sense of how long 35 weeks is because I feel like we've been talking about turtles all the way down for 2 years.
That's more than, it's more than half a year.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, this is by John Green. It's
Okay.
Asa and Daisy investigate a mystery with a reward of $100,000.
Yeah, boy.
What would you do with $100,000?
Good question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Some home improvement, probably. A little traveling.
Okay.
Philanthropy, of course.
Sure. Yeah, we have to say that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd pay off my student loans,
Okay.
and I think I'd follow in the footsteps of Matt Damon and buy a zoo.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say make weird cameos in Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been doing that a lot
I
lately.
know, it's his new jam.
Number 3, Legendary by Stephanie Garber. Tella re-enters the game of Caravel to find out Legend's true name. You remember Caravel?
Yes.
The big one that everybody was talking about?
I remember.
Number 2.
Look, I said I remember.
Number 2, Children of Blood and Bone by Tommy Adeyemi. No, I said it different than I've said it every other time. Adeyemi. I could say it a whole bunch of different ways and never really feel secure about any of them.
Yeah, you probably did.
Zalif fights to restore magic in the land of Orisha. And number 1, The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. The 16-year-old girl sees a police officer kill her friend. This has been here for 67 weeks.
Okay.
So turtles all the way down, you can take a hike.
Yeah, get
This
out
is
of
The
here.
Hate You Give's house.
Yeah, seriously.
So, though The Hate You Give has a movie coming out.
I know it
I think
does.
this year.
Yep.
So, you want to do some hardcover adult fiction?
I'd love to, yeah.
So we
Take it
define
away.
adults
Adult.
as older than young
Yeah,
adults.
it's non-children.
Right. But you would also say they're younger than the elderly,
I think elderly are still technically adults.
I guess.
Yeah.
In the same way that an 18-year-old's an adult.
Huh. That's confusing.
Yeah.
Maybe derisive and divisive.
Right. Yeah. Well, you know what? I see the establishment.
Yeah.
I just got to knock it down.
Yep.
So,
Yep. Take it down a
yeah,
peg.
I'm a graffiti artist.
Yeah.
So,
Take that, America's Greatest Generation. According to Eric Mickles, not me. I'm
me?
Yeah.
Who am I saying the greatest generation is?
The elderly.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Go on.
Number 11 on the New York Times bestsellers list for hardcover fiction.
Is it equal to number 10?
No, it's just
You
new.
just want to tell me.
It's just new this week.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Something in the Water by Catherine Steedman.
Did you say Catherine?
Catherine.
Catherine. Okay, something in the water.
Catherine Steedman. Are you familiar with her?
No.
All right, let's move on then. Well, hold on. As a documentary filmmaker and an investment banker must decide whether they should protect a secret.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Look,
Yeah.
as an investment banker,
Yeah.
I'm concerned about secrets.
Yeah.
Well, as a documentary filmmaker, my job is to tell secrets.
Yeah, that's true. That's
We'll never agree.
No, it's never gonna work. It's never
What if
gonna
it just
work out.
ends like, well, agree to disagree?
I guess so.
I'll tell the secret and you can keep quiet.
Yep.
All right, number 10, new this week, Turbulence.
All the way down.
Turbulence all the way down by Stuart Woods. This is the 46th book in the Stone Barrington series.
So many.
Yeah,
So many.
yeah. 46, that's crazy.
I know.
That's not even a book a year.
No, it's more.
He'd be so old.
And
Mhm.
there's lots of. I mean, there's the Holly Black series.
Yeah.
There's the Teddy Faye has a series now. Will Lee, I think, the Chiefs book.
Yep.
Yeah, is a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot, and Stone is in a lot of them, even
Yeah.
minor characters in some of the smaller ones. So it's crazy.
Yeah. Number 9, Us Against You by Frederick Backman. Beartown's hockey. Oh my gosh, it's a Beartown sequel.
Beartown sequel.
Beartown's hockey team gets a new coach, and their rivalry with the neighboring team escalates.
Is it the Bad News Bears?
I don't know, but remember when we read the description on the New York Times bestsellers list
Yeah.
for Beartown, and we're like,
Beartown.
that doesn't sound like anything.
Doesn't
But
sound
then
good
we
at
read
all.
like the Goodreads description.
Yeah.
It was like, as darkness
Yeah.
bears
I know.
down and
I know.
enters, the children
Yeah.
start singing a song, Ancient. And
Yeah.
it's just like, so what is the secret of Us Against You?
These are very popular books. His style does nothing for me.
Did you
I
try
do
Beartown?
not- I did. I just don't enjoy his writing.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was a bear no.
Bear no.
A no town for you. Oh, you like Motown.
I do like Motown.
So you
yeah.
so no town is how you
I
would
choose Motown.
yeah.
I'm a big Smokey Robinson fan.
Yeah.
But not a big Smokey the Bear fan. So
Really?
yeah.
But he's against forest fire.
Yeah.
Are you pro forest fire?
No, it's just, all high and mighty, Smokey the Bear.
Right. When he's like, only you can prevent forest fire, he's
Yeah.
like, why don't you worry about
Yeah, like,
yourself,
Why
Smokey?
don't you put on a shirt, Jack?
Okay. Jeez, I never really thought of Smokey the Bear as somebody who needed to be knocked down a peg.
He's just running around
Mm-hmm.
wearing only jeans, hassling nice families.
When I was in first grade, I entered an art contest in my school.
Yeah.
And I drew Smokey the Bear.
Topless?
No, I mean, I guess.
Okay.
He was just Smokey the Bear.
All right.
And it said only you can prevent forest fires, and I won. And
You did?
I got some colored pencils.
Do you still have it?
No,
I'd love to see it.
I don't have it anymore.
Could you recreate it so we could put it on the Twitter page?
I don't think I could.
At All the Book Show.
It was definitely drawing a bear using mostly circles,
Huh.
which I learned how to do.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Number 8, when life gives you...
Lemons.
Nope, Lululemons. When life gives you Lululemons.
Lululemons.
By Lauren Weisberger. Emily Charlton plans a comeback from the
All
suburbs.
right, you Weisberger.
Where did Weisberger...
no.
The author's name is Weisberger. Okay.
All right, thank you. What?
This is the...
you of all people know what it's like to make a joke that is not picked up by the other person. So
Yeah.
I resent what just happened
All right.
there.
Should we save that for the segment or just get into it now?
No, go ahead. You can tell.
So we were in the grocery store.
At Tops.
We were in the line.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to pay for my stuff. The girl is checking out all my stuff, and she
Yeah.
picks up. I picked up the Jurassic Park
Yeah.
25th anniversary Entertainment Weekly. I'm a
Yeah.
sucker. I
Yeah.
bought it. Whatever. And she picks it up. She's like, "Oh wow, these magazines are so thick. It's so cool. I like these." And I say, "Well, it better be cool. It cost me $14."
Nothing.
Crickets.
All you hear is just beep, beep, as she scans the other thing.
And I'm just sitting
I
there. I'm
felt
like,
so
"But
bad.
you said the
Yeah,
first thing.
She started it.
I thought we
know.
were. Were you not talking to
I know.
me?"
I know.
So and
That's
Nick,
why I was so shocked you just left my Weisberger joke. Just
yeah, I'm
dangled
sorry.
There,
I
but it's all
was
right.
trying to figure out where you got Weisberger from.
Weisberger.
So
Okay.
Lauren Weisberger wrote The Devil Wears Prada.
Oh, okay.
So-
all right.
Yeah. I would think the real devil wears panda because pandas are endangered.
I think you're right.
So yeah.
I think you're right.
So number 7, The Gray Ghost by Clive Cussler and Robin Versell.
Yeah.
This is a Fargo where they have to stop a Rolls Royce. They have to find a Rolls Royce prototype, which has vanished its second time. So now they're just like,
Jeez.
oh, geez.
Just get a garage.
The Mona
Just
Lisa's
store
gone
it,
a fifth time this week.
Crazy. It's not
Yeah.
like a TV remote.
Yeah.
It's a prestigious.
Take the tires off.
Yeah. Exactly.
Keep the tires separate.
You don't need those tires.
Yeah. Number 6, The Fallen. Number 8, it's been here for 8 weeks. This is by David Baldacci. Was that your impression of somebody falling? Number 5, Briefcases by Jim Butcher. A dozen stories about Harry Dresden, Chicago's only professional wizard.
Oh.
So,
Say, hey, sorry, I turned into Fozzie Bear for a minute.
yeah. Wow.
Kermit. We have the whole series of the Dresden Files.
And
Most of the books.
we have the DVD.
That's what I mean.
Oh, that's
the
what
whole
you
TV
meant.
series,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. Well, yeah, it only had one season. It's not hard to own that whole series.
Yeah, but it says the complete series.
yeah.
They know what they're doing. They
Yeah.
know how to market.
But yeah, I think he's done with the Dresden books because he's been writing other stuff.
Yeah, those like win
And now
sale books.
And maybe he's not making any money. He's like, well, here's a bunch of short stories.
Yeah.
Harry Dresden's back
Yep.
in Pog form.
Yep.
Number 4, we talked about this last week. The Death of Mrs. Westaway by Ruth Ware. You're going to read it because you're
Maybe.
a Ruth Ware fanboy now.
I've read 2 of her books.
2 of her 2 books.
No, she's got 4.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, with this book.
Yeah, but that's still more than 2. 2 and 1 does not equal 4.
Okay. So you haven't read her first obscure book and now her brand new book, which
Her
has been out
first
for
book
2
did
weeks.
pretty well. It just didn't do the numbers that Women in Cabin 10 did. Look,
Yeah.
maybe I'll read it.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to hear?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Hey, anytime I'm with you, it's the Woman in Cabin friend.
Hey, thank you, man.
No problem.
That means so much.
Number 3, Shelter in Place by Nora Roberts. This is the survivors of the Portland Mall.
Okay.
Developing different coping mechanisms and face a new menace.
Interesting.
Number 2, The Outsider by Stephen King. A detective investigates a seemingly wholesome member of the community when an 11-year-old boy's body is found.
Well, now
Yikes.
who's going to blurb this book?
Stephen King himself.
No, he can't. It's his own book.
You don't think he would?
I don't think so.
Pretty good mystery, if I do say so
Yeah.
myself. Stephen King.
Vintage King. Stephen King.
Yeah. Like the greatest hits of Stephen King. S.K.
A king among kings right here. Stephen, stop.
Yeah.
Maybe he could get Dean Koontz to do it.
Oh, yeah.
When you can't get Stephen King, I used to call Dean Koontz.
Yeah.
Not
Believe
me.
it or not,
I would call
might
Dean
be
Koontz.
better than the Frankenstein books.
Yeah. This blows Dean Koontz out of the water. Dean Koontz.
Oh. All right. So Stephen King has only been here 3 weeks.
When people are like, you got to read Dean Koontz, he's so much better than Stephen King.
That's when you get mad.
I just get in my car and I drive until I run out of gas.
Oh, wow. Okay. And
Anyway.
then somebody's like, hey, do you need to use my cell phone?
Yeah.
Do you need to get some gas?
Yeah.
And hey, have you read Dean Koontz? I think he's a little bit better than Stephen King.
And then I just walk until the leather on my shoes peel away.
So again, Stephen King was at number 1 for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
His third week is at number 2. What do you think ousted Stephen King?
If you say Dean Koontz,
No.
I will literally throw up.
It's not Steve. Would you
Daniel Steele?
Nope.
Oh,
How about an American president?
boy.
Number 1,
Oh,
The President is Missing
All
by
right.
Bill Clinton
Yep.
and James Patterson.
Yep.
President Jonathan Duncan, a Gulf War veteran and widower. Okay,
Okay.
Jeez.
Woo! Bill Clinton made his president a widower.
Yeah.
Wow.
Takes on adversaries at home and abroad.
Oh,
So, yep.
oh boy.
Yeah. So he wrote this with James Patterson, Bill Clinton, but he did not edit.
Really?
Do you get it?
No.
He did not.
Uh-huh.
Like he did not inhale.
I see.
I did
Okay.
write that book, but
All
I
right.
did not edit.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yeah. Is this the book you wrote? It depends on what your definition of is.
Yeah.
Is.
Yeah. So
That's my favorite Bill Clinton quote.
that's your favorite one?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the president is missing. Yes, he made this president a widower.
Yeah.
So
No surprises that this is a number 1 hit,
Yeah.
but reviews have not been kind.
yeah, a little
Reviews
bit.
have not been kind.
This is what a Mary Sue looks like in presidential
Yeah,
form.
right,
So
right. Yep.
Yeah.
You know, we have had some widower presidents
Yeah.
in the past, so
With his
there is some
steely,
some
handsome jaw
Yeah.
that all women found attractive and all men found attractive.
Yeah.
Everyone found him attractive.
Everybody thought he was the most attractive.
And let's face it, he
Yeah.
was. It wasn't up for subjective opinion.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Here's some interesting things.
about the president.
Thomas Jefferson elected as a widower. Martin Van Buren elected as a widower.
Okay.
Andrew Jackson was married when he was elected and then was widowed before he was inaugurated. Crazy.
That's
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all. Just thought you'd want to know.
Thanks.
So number 1,
Is
Bill
Bill Clinton
Clinton
and James Patterson.
and James Patterson and Jimmy Carter.
No, he was not invited.
He did some punch up. You know, there was like a
You think there was some ghost
there was
writing
some,
by
yeah,
Jimmy
there was
Carter?
a rewrite. There was
Yeah.
a rewrite, and
Okay.
he came in and he was like, "Let's just punch up some of this dialogue."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. See, it says, "Stop, you thief."
yeah,
More powerful if you just say "stop."
yeah.
So
That's
Yeah.
the Jimmy Carter way.
the Jimmy
Yeah,
Carter
yeah.
effect. I'm just a humble thriller
Yeah,
editor. I
yeah.
can't do a Jimmy Carter, so you can.
I know. I like you got the timber was right.
The
That was
timber,
good. That was good.
okay.
That was really nice.
So, are
That
you
was
going to
really
read
nice.
this book as a fan of presidents?
You
but
know,
not a fan of James
I guess that's
Patterson.
just it. You know, like I like some of the James Patterson.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a presidential
Seems like you have
history
to.
buff, so I guess
Who
I
reads,
guess I have to, but it does not appeal to me in
Who
any
reads
way.
the audiobook? Do you think it's Bill
Oh.
Clinton?
Maybe.
If it's Bill Clinton reading the
Maybe.
audiobook, are you going to do
What
that?
if it's like a real curveball and it's Jeb Bush?
Yeah, sure.
Just got Jeb
Al
to do it.
Gore.
Yeah, Al Gore. Al Gore. And then the president. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank
Stop,
you.
you
Very
thief.
concerned about the environment. All right.
You can't ad-lib Bill Clinton's book.
Just get out. Just get out. You lost this popular vote as well.
Dang.
No, last time he won the popular vote, so that,
Yeah.
that doesn't even work.
Can we just do stand-up about
just
previous
like
presidents?
Al Gore
Yeah.
stand up? Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, just
I'd be down
this
for
is
that.
our Al Gore segment
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, his wife's name is Tipper.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That's the
Just
stand-up?
no,
routine?
that's his wife's name is Tipper. It's a weird name. I thought you'd want to know.
It's funny that like he wrote all those like books of like don't destroy the earth.
Yeah.
And keep the air clean.
Yeah.
And Bill Clinton's like
He's
this
like,
handsome
James
president. This handsome president's a widower, but he still takes action when
Yeah.
he needs to.
They put him on a coin so quickly because he's the most handsome man ever elected into office.
Yeah. Gold.
Dripping with charisma, the president
Yep.
went missing. Anyway.
Yeah.
Boy, that could have been part of our soapbox episode.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
Oh yeah.
Now it's time to step on these soapboxes.
Mm-hmm.
I know you got a lot of pent up Jurassic Park excitement. So
Nah,
let me
man,
just
it's out there.
let me just quickly talk about my current passion a longtime passion, Sir Paul McCartney.
Yeah, Paulie M.
Today is Paul McCartney's 76th birthday, as we alluded to earlier. And he's been doing some cryptic social media posts.
Like
if
he's
anybody,
gonna die?
No.
Oh.
Well, maybe. I mean, it does sort of look like you're going to the light.
I'm leaving.
All of a sudden, this little like triangle with circles around it appeared, and I thought it kind of looked like train tracks or something going into a tunnel. And that's just it. There's no explanation. There's just been like this like really loosely hand-drawn image that's appeared all over his social media. And then lately, there's been a little more. It looks like an old ticket stub. Nothing that's really making any sense. So we've been hearing rumblings about a new McCartney album this year. Well, today, on the man's birthday, he posts a little video, which is just some like ambient noise. We've got pyramids, which I did not take the other sign to be pyramids. We got some palm trees, and it says Egypt Station. So, I mean, my guess is that's the new album.
Yeah, Egypt Station. Yeah.
Which is an odd name. It's coming out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But I've been in a Paul McCartney zone lately, and I've rediscovered some...
I figured that's why we saw the monkeys.
Yeah. I've rediscovered some McCartney albums, and so I'm going to tell you about them.
Okay.
We do have a lot of McCartney in our collection right now, and we have a Beatles display up in the library that I didn't even do. I wasn't even responsible for this Beatles display, but you can come and check it all out.
Oh, that wasn't you?
No, it wasn't.
Wow.
I know.
I have to take back some mean things I said in my head.
Really?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. All right. So we have a lot of his stuff. We have Pure McCartney, which was the multi-disc greatest hits spanning his whole career up till now. We got some of his more recent albums, and of course we have all the Beatles catalog. Lots of books about the man and the Beatles right here in the library. But the ones I've been listening to lately, ones that I've had on vinyl for a long time, but now I finally have like digital versions, so I'm like listening to them like really. And it's like finding like a lost McCartney. Album.
A Lost World McCartney.
Oh, I like how you're tying them together. London Town is the one that I've been listening to. It's got the hit single With a Little Luck. I love the album. My favorite McCartney era is the Wings era, your band on the runs, that whole section. So I've been really loving those. And I just got Red Rose Speedway, which is another right in like the heyday of Wings before things started to sort of taper off.
Right.
The music's just so good, and it's very different.
What? I'm listening to Paul McCartney.
I know. It's very good, and it's very different from the Beatles, and it's different from solo McCartney. So check it out. You know, if you're just a Beatles fan and you never got into McCartney's solo stuff, try the Wings era because it has kind of a... Are you familiar with the Moody Blues?
Yes.
The band. All right, Denny Lane from the Moody Blues.
I thought you meant the mood.
No. Denny Lane from the Moody Blues formed Wings with Paul, and you have that
What was his name?
Denny Lane.
Is in my head?
That's Penny Lane, but I get why you're confused.
Okay.
But he joined, and I think like his infusion into like solo McCartney brought kind of a more like alternative, like not grunge and like today's grunge,
yeah, like Green Day,
but kind of that vibe to it, and I just think it really works. So if you've never heard anything but Beatles, I would say go and pick up. I mean, probably Band on the Run would be the best place to start for the Wings era, but I would try London Town. And I would try Red Rose Speedway because they're all great albums. There's so many Beatle books. It's hard to say like what the best one really is. If you want to just read about McCartney himself, he's got a great collection of poems and lyrics called Blackbird Singing, which we do have here in the collection. Right. And it's just Beatle and like solo lyrics just written out as poetry, and then just actual poetry that was never turned into songs. It's a cool, quick read. I also really enjoy just The Beatles, the biography by Bob Spitz. Really good. And we have so many Beatle books in the collection. I've never like sat down and read an actual McCartney biography because like, do you like biographies?
Sometimes.
I don't like writing a biography of a living person. I just sort of feel like you just don't know. You know what I mean?
That's the mystery of it all.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't really have any perspective on that, you know. And I guess you could argue like, you know, his heyday was so long ago that you can kind of step back and look at it. But I mean, the man's still selling out auditoriums, like giant stadiums, which we know firsthand from when we saw him last year. Yeah, but
he was such a sellout.
I'm a huge McCartney fan, and McCartney was kind of like, I went backwards. I was a McCartney fan and then got into the Beatles, which I know is weird, but it's true. It's what happened. So I would say go pick up some Beatles, try some solo Wings, and check out our collection of Beatle books on display right now. There's a lot of interesting stuff.
Okay.
And that's my
we
soapbox.
do have lots of Beatles.
I know. And I didn't even order most of them. I know. So pretty good. So that's my soapbox. Now let's get into yours.
Okay. Jurassic World is coming out.
Yeah.
I just bought a magazine.
So you've been in a Jurassic Park. I mean, you're always in a Jurassic Park mode, obviously. But you haven't reread the books. I mean, you haven't reread the books in a decade.
Yeah, about 10 years.
So like going back to that, you're going to power through the movies,
Yeah.
including number 3.
Yeah,
Which,
yeah, that's fine.
when was the last time you saw number 3?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
You
rough.
just don't watch it. You just watch 1 and 2. You don't watch 3.
Because 3 was just like, this is how the series ends.
Yeah.
Terribly.
Yeah.
So I always resented it for that. But now that's not how it ends.
Yeah, that's
now
true.
it's just, now I'm just skipping my way through that
Yeah.
90 minutes of nonsensical
Yeah.
dinosaur whatever. I mean, there's dinosaurs on that island, so
Yeah.
it still works.
Yeah.
So
You got some. I mean, Grant's back. That's cool. It's cool to see Grant again.
yeah. It's just so unnecessary. There's no theme in Jurassic Park
But,
3.
Like the pterodon theme is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like that whole scene. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a neat. That's
It
from
is a
from the
collection
first
of
book, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think there's a lot that is cool in there. I agree that it's not. You know what it is? You know what I feel like with these? And maybe this will make you mad, but I don't think it will. So just hear me out. Take the Jaws franchise. Okay. Everybody knows the first Jaws is great. Great movie. Everybody loves it. The second one still like retains a lot of that feel and a lot of that magic, and then has some stuff that people just, they're like, I don't like that. Like, the big ending that I don't like with the T-Rex like hanging out at Blockbuster.
that's silly. Go on.
I know. And then the third Jaws doesn't really have like that original magic, and instead is not trying to be a great movie. It's just like an action adventure like lark. It's just like, let's just go and have like a wacky, tense, action-y time. And that's what I feel like Jurassic Park 3 is.
Okay.
It's not trying, or maybe it is trying, but if it's trying, it's failing. I don't think it's trying to have like the majesty of Jurassic Park. It's just like, wah! It's just 90 minutes of like,
Right.
which is fun. I think that could be fun sometimes. But I know what you mean by like, now it's not the tag at the end of the series. It's
Right.
just a little misstep, a little
Right.
misdirection. there
I
midway
wish
through.
our listeners could see the searing eyes I'm sending in your direction as you're comparing the Jurassic Park franchise to the Jaws sequels, which is so.
You wouldn't compare
Yeah, and Jurassic World is like
come on.
Jaws 4, where
No, I said Jaws 2.
Oh, jeez. Anyway, the Jaws sequels are traditionally bad. Does Jaws 2 have its defenders like I defend Lost World? It
Well,
better not.
Jaws 2, I mean, it has, you're following like the same main character. You got like all the pieces in place from the first one, and it just, I don't know. I think it ultimately doesn't work. I don't know why we're talking so much about Jaws, but I think it ultimately doesn't work. But it has a lot of like, they go together well, Jaws 1 and 2. And then Jaws 3 is just like a totally different thing. That's what I'm saying about the Lost World. Like you still have that like majesty within the first two, and then the third one is just like, wah.
Well, agree to disagree about the Jaws movies.
Okay. I guess.
I don't even remember what Jurassic Park 3
Yeah.
we're talking about. I think Joe Johnson tried. I don't
Yeah.
think Joe Johnson doesn't try.
Yeah.
I think he just
No, I'm just saying
has
it's
a
a
level.
different kind of movie.
yes.
You're saying like it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. The stakes are very low.
so
and-
low.
Yeah, I agree. And that's just kind
Yeah.
of like, it just sits in this weird little place where it's a small scale Jurassic Park movie, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, like considering the...
Yeah,
know.
but it's also just dumb in a lot of its other things.
Okay.
Like the Spinosaurus can break through the fence, but not the door that they locked.
Right.
Which, doesn't make sense.
Well, if the door's locked, I mean, what are you
sure.
going to do? It's a locked door.
Yeah, it was an open
Does
fence.
he have a key? Does he have a key? I
Yeah,
don't
no,
think
he
so.
doesn't. He has a cell phone in his stomach, which
Be
continues to
serious.
work.
Be
Yeah,
serious.
can dissolve dinosaur bones, but not a cell phone.
How do you think, like, when you watch them all together? That's a good point. When you watch them all together, how do you think Jurassic World like fits with the originals? Does it to you still feel like the same world? I mean, does
Yeah.
it feel? So there's no like disconnect there. Just all
Not for
kinda
me.
goes straight through.
And I mean, they've said about how the first three movies are good, but they don't have like a through line, like
Yeah.
an emotional through line or
Right.
anything. But they're saying by the time we get Jurassic World 3, I don't know if they're going to be able to keep this promise,
Right.
but that all 6 movies are going to feel like one story. And I'm like, you're
Oh,
going to
wow.
find a way to bring 3.
Interesting.
And I mean, most people ignore 2 because they're dummies.
Right.
No, they're not dummies. You don't have to like Jurassic World 2. I mean, Jurassic Park 2.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay.
but we'll see. But yeah, I just connect them all. I just like, oh yeah, these happened and this happened. So that's why Jurassic Park 3, I feel like now in the presence of Jurassic World, like Jurassic Park 1 has a point, 2 has a point, and then 3's like, and we went parasailing and oops.
Right. 3's like a side quest.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. Whereas you could go from Lost World to Jurassic World, and it'd make sense.
You're right.
So,
now, Lost World and Jurassic Park 3 are both on the alternate island.
Isla Sorna,
not the main island.
I think Isla Sorna's gone.
Totally gone.
Site B. Well, I think they probably just were like, we don't need a second site now. When they made Jurassic World, they probably got all the animals from 2, put them back on Isla Nubla, and we're just like,
is there something special that you're looking for in Fallen Kingdom?
And
is there a kind of thing that you want to see? An ark or
the Baryonyx?
Okay,
that's a dinosaur.
Right.
Sorry. The Carnotaurus. That's another dinosaur.
Okay.
An ark? No. I do want the series to go Planet of the Apes crazy.
Okay.
I want at the end of Fallen Kingdom for them to be like, well, looks like dinosaurs are now everywhere, and we've all died out from the ape virus.
Wow.
And, now there's less humans and more dinosaurs, and we gotta survive.
Like you genuinely want that. You want the third one to be about how like dinosaurs just take over.
Yeah.
Like an invasive species.
Yeah. And now we're just like driving around and surviving. I want to become a survivalist story.
That would kind of work as a through line.
Yeah.
You know, like they do something they shouldn't have done, and eventually like it brings everybody down. That could work.
I don't know where else they can go because you can only have dinosaurs break out on the island so many times. They've done it twice now.
Yeah.
And then had people trapped on the island twice. So they're getting off the island. I think that's it. I think we should just go that way. Again, if anybody's ever watched Cadillacs and Dinosaurs on cartoon, the cartoon Saturday morning cartoons, I think you'll know what I'm talking about. That's what I want. I want to see the next Jurassic Park movie. Like, let's get all these other characters from all the movies. Bring back Billy from Jurassic Park 3. He was cool. Bring him back.
Wasn't there? What's the thing where they say that Chris Pratt's character is?
Oh, that's dumb.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, no. Chris Pratt's character is the kid Alan Grant scares with the raptor claw in the first movie. He's not.
That could be cool though. I mean, doesn't that work age-wise and everything?
I think it does a little bit, depending on. I think you might have to. I don't know how old Chris Pratt is. Is he our age?
I think maybe younger.
Oh, geez. Yeah. Well, if he's younger, it doesn't work. He has to be our age or older.
Can you talk a little bit about the evolution of Claire, the new like YA prequel that's coming out?
I can't find anything about it other than this coming out in the end of this month.
Okay.
It's a prequel.
Allow me to tell you. The Evolution of Claire by Tess Sharp. This is a Jurassic World novel coming out June 26. Freshman year in college is full of obstacles. There are messy roommates, cranky professors, and disgusting dining halls, but for Claire Deering, add how to properly avoid being eaten by a dinosaur to that list. The year is 2004, and Claire has been given the chance of a lifetime, the opportunity to intern at the Jurassic World theme park less than a year before it opens to the public. She's laser-focused with her sights set on bettering the lives of all animals worldwide, but life at the park isn't all test-driving gyrospheres and falling head over heels for a fellow student named Justin, though she does that too. Rumors and suspicions flood the island, and Claire is determined to unravel the truth. As Claire searches for answers, she and Justin find themselves thrust into a sinister plot that will leave Claire forever changed, forcing her to question everything she went through, she knew, and bringing everything she thought she knew, and bringing her one step closer to the Claire viewers met in Jurassic World and who they'll return to in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Oh.
Did that make you want to read it more?
No.
Or less?
That's rough because Claire doesn't care about the animals at the beginning of Jurassic World.
Yeah.
It's not until the end, after with the dying of Patiosaurus and everything else, that she's like, oh, animals are there.
Yeah.
You know, they're not just assets, because she kept calling them assets.
I guess. I mean,
I didn't know about this Justin character.
I know, yeah.
I thought they showed a character on there. I thought it was like a young Owen. I didn't realize they were this young. It doesn't make any sense. How long has Jurassic World been open for her to be interning a year and then rerunning it?
It sounds like it opens in 2005. It says the year is 2004. And she's given an opportunity to intern less than a year before the park opens.
That might make sense. I remember reading the Jurassic World website and reading all about that stuff.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I mean, you're going to read it, right?
Yeah.
And I guess they did this on a smaller level after Jurassic Park 3. There were like
Yikes.
junior level chapter books kind of set in that world.
Yeah.
But nothing has gotten like the nice hardcover treatment that this is.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Are you going to read it?
Yes. I'm going to read it.
Do you think you'll like it?
I don't know.
Have we ordered our copy already?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess it depends on this Justin character. Because I know I like Claire, but it doesn't sound like Claire is like Claire.
Right.
That she was in the movie.
It sounds very different.
Yes.
You're right.
I didn't realize it was...
It's a cool cover.
I guess as a young adult book,
Yeah.
it has to have relationships. I
guess.
didn't realize we were going to be like, oh, I want to run a dinosaur park, but also Justin's so handsome.
I also didn't think it was going to go that route, but,
That's
so
fine.
again, that is The Evolution of Claire by Tess Sharp, coming out on June 26th.
Yeah.
Which Jurassic Park movie has the best score?
Jurassic Park 1 has the themes.
Right.
It has the 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But Lost World has a pretty great
Like if
soundtrack.
you were just going to like sit down and listen to one while you were reading or something.
Might be probably 2.
2.
2's is more has more of like a jungle kind of theme. A lot of percussion, a lot of tens, and it's got that. I can't do it. It darkens up the Jurassic Park theme a bit.
Is there anything good about the Jurassic Park 3 score?
Yeah, Billy's Oblivion, the music that plays during the pterodactyl scene.
I see. Oh, well, it's a great scene all around.
Though, I think what I like most about it is that it takes cues from the second movie.
Okay.
So,
well, that's still good. What about the new one?
Yeah, that one.
That's Michael Giacchino, right?
Yeah.
He's all over the place.
Yeah, it's fine.
I love his Star Trek scores. I think they're great.
I don't love that score in general. I love that it makes callbacks to the Lost World soundtrack, but that's because he worked on the Lost World PS1 game.
Oh, I see.
So that was his first scoring job.
Well, what he does with Star Trek, he interweaves old themes so well into new ones. So it seems like he'd be well suited for it. All right, Jurassic World comes out when? This Friday, which is what?
The 22nd?
You don't have it memorized?
It's the 22nd. I just said it.
June 22nd, everybody. So you can see Jurassic World.
But I said the 22nd.
Paul McCartney's new album is going to come out at some point, and I think it's going to be called Egypt Station, and I think it's going to come out this year. Mm-hmm. So you can check that out on social media because it's everywhere. All right. Thanks for joining us for our soapbox episode.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit library news. Summer reading programs coming up.
Oh, man.
We got our first Music on the Lawn, which is June 21st, 7 o'clock, and that is going to be it's a community spotlight.
Oh, geez,
so
this week.
It is. So 3 different groups. Next week, the summer reading program for all ages starts.
Mm-hmm.
Book clubs are currently reading Basket Case by Green Day. Oh, sorry, Carl Hiaasen. We're finishing up News of the World by Paulette Giles, and we will be doing a special Contemporary Classics book club where we read High Fidelity by Nick Hornby to go with our music theme. And Eric and I are leading a YA for Adults book club, which will be reading Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist.
Yeah, I've never seen that movie.
I haven't seen it either. So the book's got good reviews, so it should be good. So a lot of great things going on at the library. Anything special you want to highlight?
So much is happening this summer reading program.
Yeah.
The name Chris Johnson is the 26th.
26. Chris Johnson was here for the Wacky Science Show, which
was.
went bananas. Everybody loved it.
Yeah.
This is a magic show, and it's at 1 o'clock on the 26th down in the auditorium.
Yeah. So you can question him how he can go about teaching science and then performing magic.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, he'll be here the 26th at 1, and that's going to be exciting. But we also have on every Tuesday at 1 o'clock, we're going to have our outdoor arcade, unless it's rainy. Then we're going to have it up in the teen loft. But it's pretty cool. We got lots of arcades. We got Mario Kart. Actually, we're going to have Mario Tennis, the new Mario Tennis on the Switch.
Oh, cool.
Come that time, because it comes out this Friday as well. So we'll have Mario Kart and Mario Tennis. We'll have some games on our laptops like Minecraft and Curse of the Necrodancer and whatnot. We'll have Step Mania. We'll have...
Did you really mean Necrodancer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
It's a game where you have to move on the beat of the music.
Oh, Necrodancer.
Yes.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
We got Step Mania. We've got Just Dance. Do you know they're still making Just Dance games for the Wii?
No.
Just the Wii.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, they make them for every system, but they still put them out on the Wii.
That's crazy.
And the Wii ones still outsell the other ones.
That's nuts.
So, yeah, you can get Just Dance 2018 for the Wii.
Finally.
We picked up 2015 and 2016.
Yeah.
The Wii hasn't been relevant in years, but Just Dance.
And I think you could argue when it was relevant, it wasn't that relevant.
Yeah. So we'll have that on Tuesdays along with Drop Mix and some other stuff. And then on Thursdays, we've got Craft. And the first Craft on the 28th at 3 is dinosaur footprints using Play-Doh and plaster mold.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool.
Exciting
so
times.
that's not music themed unless we play the Jurassic Park music during that.
I think you should.
And we will.
I think you definitely should. All right. Well, folks, thanks for tuning in. Like I said, there's so many things going on this summer, so we hope you can come join us for some or all of those. Remember to like and share and rate and review the podcast with your friends. You can find us
with your friends.
You can find us on iTunes. You can find us on SoundCloud, anywhere you get your podcasts.